Hello, everybody. My name is Deenu Lazarus. I'm an academic practitioner for over 7 years, and 23 plus years is work in general. I am driven to teach English as a language with four skills of language: cognitive and communicative skills. And I've taught over thousands of students all across India, where from different age groups, college, employees, toddlers, and I've definitely enjoyed it. Welcome to Learning Verbs with Deenu Lazarus through UrbanPro. Learning. Why did I choose learning? Why not learn verbs? Right, learning because life is a continuum. So should learning be. Never stops. Nahi rukta hai, right? So when you are learning, when your mind is learning, it is always fresh. It creates good possibilities for you. That's why in our classes and even in this video, let us hope this mantra works. So every child that comes to us, we want them to learn. You can also do this. Have fun. Have fun while learning. Namaste, everyone. My name is Deenu Lazarus. I'm a communicative English trainer. And today I have a very interesting topic, right? So let's begin. Let's start very basic. We understood from the front page that we would be learning about verbs. Let us see. Can you identify a verb in the sentence? Kriya. Identify verb or kriya in the sentence. You can pause the video if you need more time. What could it be? Are you thinking happy? Well, if you're thinking happy, then you're not 100% correct. I can see why you said happy, because that's the way we learn definitions in grammar, right? Verb is an action word. Karne wale shabd ko kriya kehte hain. When we learn like that, we often get confused how practically they are used. So, are you still waiting for me to give you the right answer? Don't worry. I have a very good video for you. By the end of this video, I don't need to tell you the right answer. You would be able to find out the right answer all by yourself. So shall we begin? Right. Obviously, I'm going to talk about little importance of verbs. Some of you already know, most of you know, right? So I'm going to give a completely different picture as to why we need to learn. And second, we're going to give the main lesson. Right? Should we begin? Even if you're a teacher who are watching this, see if you can pick up any teaching methodologies that we have. So today, children, because it's a big topic and I have very less time, so we'll be doing physical exercise. We will be moving our hands in a certain way to learn this topic. And on screen, I'm going to give some numbers or some words so that you remember for a longer time. Verbs. Why should you learn verbs? First, we learned why learning is important, keeps the mind fresh. Now, why should you learn verbs? You need to learn verbs because it's there in every sentence, in any language, not just in English. Hindi, any language that you can think of, there has to be a verb. So it's very important for us to know what verbs are. And especially as Indians, we need to know because most of our Indian languages are also well developed. So our mind is working in certain way. The way we use verbs in Indian languages is very different from the way verbs are used in English language. So let us see the difference. And that will help you understand, whenever you use English, that will help you understand the concept really easily. First difference, let's say you have to say a sentence in Hindi. मैं और मेरे दोस्त मैदान में क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं. In this sentence, if you notice, the verb is at the end. Have you noticed? मैं और मेरे दोस्त मैदान में क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं. But if I have to say the exact same sentence in English, see where the verbs are. My friends and I are playing cricket in the playground, right? If you notice, The verbs in English are at the middle. As Indians, to learn verbs, this is one difference that we all need to understand. Right now, we got it. What did we understood? Verbs are there in every sentence, and the way we use verbs in Indian languages, which is our mother tongue, Hindi, Urdu, Telugu, and English. Right. So be aware whenever you create a sentence in your mind. Be aware that the verbs are in a different position whenever I use English. Now, let us go back to this very first sentence. I am happy. Why did we, all of us, most of us thought happy is the word? Because of the definition. क्रिया करने वाले शब्द को हम क्रिया कहते हैं. Action words are verbs, right? When we learn based on definitions, the way we use, like I told you before, is little difficult. So now, let us learn the actual verbs. You may say, Deenu sir, I already know a lot of things. Knowing is different from understanding. Remember, naturally, all of us use well-developed languages. If you are a person using Hindi, most of Indian languages, they are well-developed. So that is why we are also trying to learn a new language, which is also developing, which is constantly developing English. So that is why it's very important for us to know this difference. Okay? Right. So it's time. Remember, I said I will give you a number. That is the number. Every time you think about verb, think about 3, right? So that means there are 3 types of verbs. And there are 3 tenses as well, which we are not covering in this video. But just for today, we will cover verbs, right? There are 3 types. That's what we need to remember. Okay. First one, let us put our hands like this. Ready? First type is existence. Existence, if you want to understand in Hindi, halat. So every time you say halat, kahan hu, kaise hu, where am I, how am I? If when you're trying to convey this message, agar aap ye bolna chahte hain, then you are taking verbs from existence. As for grammar, they are called be forms. Okay? So आप क्या बोलना चाहते हैं हिंदी? मैं कहाँ हूं, मैं कैसे हूं, वो कहाँ है, वो कैसा है. अगर आपको ये बोलना है, आपको be forms लेना है. Some of you may be thinking, Deenu, have you gone mad? Why? I already know be forms, have forms, do forms. Why should I learn existence and all this? It's so confusing. No. Pay attention. Now, why don't you make a sentence using I am? You can pause the video if you need time, right? You say, I am. Most of you are thinking, I am swimming, I am talking, right? Why? Because most of our sentences in Hindi or in our mother tongue are usually we use continuous tenses. That's why our mind goes to, I am walking, I am swimming, I am running, I am seeing, I am thinking, right? But is it a be form? I am walking. Is it a be form? मैं चल रहा हूं. No, it's not. So that is why it's very important for us to understand existence. Be forms are existence. हालात. क्या बोलना है? मैं कहाँ हूं? मैं कैसे हूं? मैं, कैसी हूं? I'm sure you know the difference. Right. So let us start, because be form, the verbs that are there in be forms, am, is, are also used in some other place, which I will share with you at the end of the video. All right. So for now, halat bolna hai. So we use existence, and as for grammar, they are be forms. That's the first type. Second is, let us do our action like this. Possession, किसी के पास होना, किसी के पास होना, right? So anytime आपको क्या बोलना है? हाँ, इसके पास ये है, उसके पास वो नहीं है. If you are trying to convey that message, somebody, owns something, somebody possesses something or not. If you're trying to say that, that's when you take verbs from have forms. Now, finally, the third one, which is a big one, right? We call them action. You can do the action if you want, right? And they are your do forms. So let us see what verbs we have in all of them. In existence, halat, if you're trying to convey, मैं कैसा हूँ, मैं कहाँ हूँ, if you want to convey that kind of message, you're using verbs from here. You'd be using am, is, are. If you're talking about ownership, the possession of somebody, having something, you use have and has. Then for something that is done, you use do and does. That's it? No, there's more. We have so many, there's infinite number of verbs under action. And that is what confuses Indians. Okay, I do paint. No, I paint. I run, I play. There is a dedicated word for us Indians to understand when we communicate an action. Kuch kar rahe hai na? So there is a dedicated word for it in English. So there's so many. If you're smart, you can even use nouns as verbs. So that's why you need to understand, instead of learning all the verbs, what you do is you see what it's functioning. Halat bol raha hu. Are you talking about somebody's existence, emotional or physical? Are you talking about possession? किसी के पास है या कर रहे हैं? If you understand this, then you can understand all the verbs in English, because they are all put together in these three categories, right? Now, second confusion that we have whenever we deal with verbs is, he do homework, he, Gita does. So we often get confused between do and does when to use when we have certain subjects. That is especially third person, right? He, she, it, or nouns, singular nouns. Gita, Sita, teacher, boy, girl. Whenever we have them as subjects, we often get confused. Sir, मैं कौन सा verb select? Which verb should I choose? So let us understand. I also see why Indians often get confused here, because we don't have this kind of rule in Hindi or in our Indian languages. So, and plus the way grammar teaches is singular subject, plural verbs. It's too complicated. And plus this happens only in present. So I've simplified it. See if you can understand it better. We call it S rule or S rule. Means that those two slants you see is a sound. So it's a sa sound. Let us see what the rule says. Rule says if your subject is he, she, it, or singular nouns, could be many, Ashok, Prakash, Sita, Gita, anything. If these are your subjects in present tense, your verb ends with a sa sound. What is it? If your subject is he, she, it, or singular nouns, Ashok, Gita, proper or common nouns, if they are your subjects in present tense, your verb ends with sound. Let us see what do we get in existence and possession and action. Ready? Obviously, we get in B forms. Whenever you talk about existence, we get he's. He is, she is, Ashok is, Ramana is in the hospital. I hope nobody is. Sorry. Right, but see what we are doing. Kisi ke halat. When you're talking about existence, use is. Now, he has a car, she has a purse, right? Whenever you want to convey, Gita has a purse, Gita has an appointment. Now, does. He does homework. He plays football. He runs fast. It swims well. Gita reads well. Deenu talks well. Etc. Right? So Kian, remember S2. When your subject is he, she, it, or singular nouns, remember your verb has a S sound at the end. Right? Well, let us see. Now we understood existence as halat. Whenever you want to convey existence, किसी के हालात बोलना है, we take verbs from B forms, which are am, is, are. Now, let us also see, but if you are confused at this point, go back the few seconds from the previous slide. There you can understand what are these three verbs. आपको क्या बोलना है उसके हिसाब से आप वर्ब सेलेक्ट करेंगे. So what are you trying to convey? You need to select verbs based on that. Not only verbs, tenses also you choose based on what you want to say, right? So it is very imperative that we learn them to our understanding, not just knowledge, right? Okay, let us see now how these things are used differently. Like am, is, are, I told you, they are used in a different place. This is the place. Continuous tense. Whenever the verbs ending with ings or v4s, we use to indicate past or present or future, we take these forms. I am walking. She was talking, right? So to change the tense, we need one word. So that's why we take am, is, are to indicate the right tense for a continuous tense. Then have forms, we use them for perfect tenses. I have had my dinner yesterday. And for action, for do forms, not do forms, do and does, we use them to convey a question or negatives in have forms and do forms. I don't have a car. Do you have a car? Right? I don't play chess. I do play chess. No, I do play chess is emphasis, right? I do not play chess. Do I play chess? So for questions and negatives in have forms and do forms, we use do and does. All right. So there we go, folks. These are basic three things that we need to understand. What are verbs? What is the S rule? And the third thing is, what are the places that we use these verbs? Okay, so that we Indians, avoid, common confusions. So now let me see if you can still answer this. Let's go back to our first question. I am happy. Now, based on this, can you tell me what is the verb? Kriya. What is the kriya in the sentence? I am happy. मैं खुश हूँ. Got it? There you go. That's how easy it is. And most importantly, that's the way we should learn. Children, if you're a student, please pay attention. Learning to the understanding is very important. Just by knowing, especially English, is not good. It doesn't take you much fun. Maybe get you a certificate, but you have to use English for a long time in your career, in your social context, right? So focus on understanding the grammar, right? Now, children, so as always, we thought, let us see if from this video, have you learned something? Did you have fun with the video? And did you have fun while learning? I hope you did, like I did. Namaste. Well, children, I hope you learned something, and thank you very much for your time. If you have more questions, you want to comment, please, you can reach me through UrbanPro at urbanpro.com/Deenu Lazarus. It would be provided to you. Please do let me know, because I want to learn what you think. I hope you learned from this video. Have a pleasant day, stay safe, and stay healthy.